Good morning, listeners of podcast_name, today the 29th of May, 2024. We mark a significant day as the United Nations commemorates Peacekeepers Day, honoring those who've sacrificed their lives in the pursuit of global peace over the last 75 years. The focus remains on the challenges faced by UN peacekeepers in diverse conflict zones from Africa to the Middle East. Specifically, in South Sudan, which houses the largest number of UN personnel, the mission's mandate has been extended until the end of April 2025 as they continue to navigate complex political and security landscapes. In Mali, UN troops faced setbacks, withdrawing from the northern camp amid escalating conflicts, with Mali's military rulers now seeking the aid of the Wagner Group. Meanwhile, operations in the Democratic Republic of Congo have ceased in South Kivu after more than 2 decades, as part of a broader disengagement strategy, with additional support being ushered in from the Southern African Development Community troops in North Kivu. Amidst these operational developments, the day also casts a shadow on the darker aspects of peacekeeping, with reports of misconduct among some officers who were deployed despite being implicated in severe human rights abuses. This highlights the ongoing complexities and the heavy responsibilities shouldered by those on the ground, striving to foster peace and stability in some of the world's most volatile regions. Hello, everyone! You're tuned in with your host, Emily, right here on Hot Topic and Fresh News.
And I'm David, at your service.
Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest news. Now, let's dive into the headlines.
Can you elaborate on the significance of the United Nations Peacekeepers Day?
Peacekeepers Day is a time to honor those who have served under the UN's Blue Helmets in peace operations across continents. The day recognizes the sacrifices made over the past 75 years, as peacekeepers strive to stabilize regions torn by conflict, despite often strict operational guidelines and challenges in protecting civilians.
What about the challenges in South Sudan specifically?
In South Sudan, the UN has a substantial presence, with over 14,200 military personnel, police officers, and civilian workers. Despite their numbers, the complexities of political and security issues present significant challenges. The UN Security Council has thus extended the mission's mandate until April 30, 2025, to continue addressing these issues effectively.
And the personal toll on peacekeepers, could you touch on that?
Certainly. Nicholas Haysom, head of the UN mission in South Sudan, mentioned that many peacekeepers have lost their lives in service, marking a profound personal sacrifice. Their efforts are not only about immediate crisis management but also about building local capacity and seeking longer-term solutions to ensure stability.
How do peacekeepers balance civilian protection with political solutions?
Haysom emphasized that while peacekeepers play a critical role in protecting civilians, the ultimate resolution must come from inclusive political solutions. They support, but cannot replace, the necessary political processes needed to resolve conflicts. This reflects the broader theme of this year's commemoration, which is Building Better Together, focusing on collaboration and sustainable peace efforts.
How do peacekeepers monitor and ensure the effectiveness of ceasefires?
The role of peacekeepers like Warrant Officer Wing involves constant observation and monitoring in the field. They act as the eyes of the mission, especially in areas where the force commander cannot be present, ensuring that ceasefires are respected and that post-conflict agreements are adhered to.
Major Kanyanda mentioned his happiness about contributing to peace in South Sudan. Can you elaborate on that?
Major Kanyanda and others in similar positions derive a sense of fulfillment from their contributions to peace-building efforts, particularly in helping stabilize the population. His perspective is deeply influenced by his experiences in Rwanda, underscoring the importance of achieving lasting peace to prevent tragedies similar to those experienced in his homeland.
What challenges are UN peacekeepers facing in regions like Mali and the Democratic Republic of Congo?
In places like Mali and the Democratic Republic of Congo, UN peacekeepers have faced significant challenges. For instance, in Mali, the peacekeepers had to evacuate amid fighting, following orders from the military rulers who expressed dissatisfaction with the UN's effectiveness. Similarly, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, operations in South Kivu have ceased after over 2 decades, with local forces taking over, reflecting the complexities and sometimes limited success of peacekeeping efforts in these regions.
There's mention of scandals involving peacekeepers. Could you discuss the impact of these incidents on the mission's reputation?
Unfortunately, scandals, including allegations of misconduct by some peacekeepers, have tarnished the reputation of UN missions in certain areas. These incidents challenge the integrity and effectiveness of peacekeeping operations, prompting the UN to take swift actions to address and condemn these violations to preserve trust and the moral authority necessary for their challenging work.
There's been significant criticism of UN peacekeeping missions. How would you summarize the different perspectives on their effectiveness?
Critics argue that peacekeeping missions have often failed to meet their objectives, citing examples of continued conflict and ineffective intervention. However, defenders of peacekeeping emphasize that these missions have saved countless lives by maintaining peace and stability in volatile regions, despite the challenges.
The investigation into peacekeepers from the Rapid Action Battalion has stirred controversy. Could you discuss the findings?
Yes, the joint investigation revealed alarming issues, including the deployment of officers previously involved in human rights abuses in Bangladesh as UN peacekeepers. These officers, from the Rapid Action Battalion, were reportedly involved in torture, murder, and abductions before being assigned to protect vulnerable communities abroad.
How has the UN responded to these allegations?
The UN has stated that it lacks the resources to screen every individual peacekeeper and places the responsibility on the countries contributing troops and police to ensure they are suitable for peacekeeping roles. This response highlights the logistical and bureaucratic challenges the UN faces in managing such a diverse and extensive force.
What's the stance of Bangladesh's military on these findings?
Bangladesh's military has vehemently denied the accusations, labeling the investigative report as false and misleading. They argue that the portrayal of their personnel in UN missions has been unjust and inaccurately represented.
With these ongoing controversies, what's the future outlook for UN peacekeeping missions?
The future of UN peacekeeping will likely involve more stringent scrutiny and possibly reforms to address these controversies and improve effectiveness. The balance between urgent peacekeeping needs and ensuring the integrity of those deployed will be crucial in shaping their operations moving forward. Thanks for tuning into Hot Topic and Fresh News today. We delved deep into the complexities of UN peacekeeping missions and the controversies surrounding them. It's vital to stay informed, and we're here to help you do just that. Don't forget to subscribe, activate notifications, and share our content with your circles. Your engagement is crucial to us. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section.
And hey, if you thought today's topics were intense, just wait till you see what we've got lined up. Remember, we're here every day, bringing you the freshest insights and analysis. Make sure you're tuned in and tell your friends, it's news worth watching.
We're tremendously grateful for your continued support and enthusiasm. We can't wait to bring you more insightful discussions in our upcoming episodes.
Yep, keep those eyes peeled and your ears open. You never know what's coming next, but it's sure to capture your interest.
Stay in the loop, keep your eyes on the news, our channel's content will amuse.